When Ida had come down with the flu the previous week, I'd been able to stay home with her without any problems. But all the sleepless nights left my hands shaky. Whenever Auntie was away, I had a hard time falling asleep. I watched tear-jerker movies, listened to music with my headphones on, and drank too much whiskey. Whenever I was alone, my thoughts raced, and I had to flee into imaginary worlds and ragged harmonies. Inside the station garage, I pulled into my reserved spot. Next to me was my boss, Jyrki Toskinen's Saab, clean and shining in spite of all the sleet. I just had time to drop off my jacket in my office and grab a cup of coffee before the meeting. My subordinates were already waiting. Ursula was giggling with Pupanen, and Pustiarvi was dozing. The others were awake but quiet. There was no sign of Koivu. I sipped some coffee before starting. "Good morning. Where's Koivu?" "He's with a client. He'll come when he can," Autio said. All of our cases were being handled, and none of them was difficult. They were just straightforward pre-trial investigations that we'd be able to send to the prosecutor in no time. Rapes, assaults, one knifing, some domestic violence. That was our world. Flags were flying all over the city since it was Finnish Swedish Heritage Day. Pupanen, always a paragon of political correctness, suggested the flag should be flown at half-mast. The office Christmas party season had started over the weekend, which meant a rise in fights in taxi lines and attempted rapes. The number of incidents per day would only increase until it peaked on the holiday itself. Our unit's party was scheduled for a week from Friday with the rest of the criminal division. I was looking forward to dancing with Toskinen. With the meeting well underway, Koivu appeared at the door, cleaning his glasses. He didn't look very chipper either. His 3-month-old was still keeping him up with colic, and there was no end in sight. A couple of times I'd found him sleeping in the break room in the middle of the day. "What kept you?" I asked. "Was it something important?" "This guy Atro Jaskalainen's wife, Annukka Hackman, has been missing since Tuesday afternoon. He's frantic." "You should be grateful," muttered Lahte, who, based on his stories, was married to the worst nag and tyrant in the world. "Well, he isn't. He can't reach her cell phone, and none of their friends or relatives know anything. He wants us to try to ping her phone to see if it shows where she is." The name Annukka Hackman sounded vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place it. "Is the wife the faithful type?" Ursula asked. "I tried to ask, but the husband just got more agitated." Lahte snorted. "His old lady'll come back when her lover runs out of ammo," he said. Then we moved on to the next case. Later that morning, when I got tired of filling out overtime reports and started thinking about lunch, a message flashed on my computer screen notifying me of a new case. All I had time to do was glance at it and see the word body before Pustiarvi walked in looking red in the face. "Some hunters shot a lady in Lake Humjärvi thinking she was a moose." "Holy! Were they drunk? And where is Lake Humjärvi? Somewhere in Kirkkonummi?" "Yep." "Okay, you go since you know the area and take Koivu with you." "Got it," Pustiarvi said obediently, and I almost thought he was going to salute. "I'll have to drop everything else." Nodding, I started reprioritizing cases in my mind. The minor assaults would have to wait. Pustiarvi left the door open behind him. I turned and looked out the window. The sleet had stopped, but the sky was dark gray, and a north wind was keeping the flags flapping horizontally. I imagined how the frigid wind would feel on my cheeks, and the thought was suddenly enticing. Standing up from my desk, I grabbed my coat from the closet and switched shoes. In the hallway, Pustiarvi was telling Koivu about the discovery of the body, and Ursula and Pupanen came out to listen too. Apparently, the woman had been swimming when the bullet hit her in the head. "Do we have an ID on the victim?" I asked. "No, she's blonde, but there isn't much left of the bottom half of her face, and supposedly the hunters were all sober." "Let's get going then," I said to Koivu and Pustiarvi. "You're coming too?" Koivu asked. Ever since returning from maternity leave, I'd stayed strictly behind my desk. "You feeling the need to read some Careless Hunters the Riot Act?" "No, I just want a break from my desk," I said. I hadn't been out jogging for 10 days, and I was in serious need of fresh air. "And slogging through a wet forest seems like the best way to get that?" Koivu asked. "Koivu, you can kiss my..."